What's up guys, Scotty here from Blue Coconut Family and welcome back to City Skylines. So today we're going to be looking at a brand new workshop modification for City Skylines that has hit the Steam workshop. It is fantastic and I really like it, and I think it will really help a lot of you mayors and city builders out there who are trying to make your cities look a little bit more realistic, or make them function, not function, make them look better. And that's really all this is. So this is the highway, what was it called again? It's called the intersection marking tool. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. It marks intersections. Now it doesn't do it automatically, and it doesn't do it it doesn't do it automatically. You don't place the intersection, it does the markings for you. So for example, if we looked at this intersection, for example, we can see here that as default in City Skylines, it does all the road markings up to the the crossover section, or where it actually turns into the intersection, and then it just kind of gives up because it'd be far too complicated for it to be able to work out exactly where markings would have to go. It gives you a little hint with the arrows going into the intersection and such, and so that's a little hint like that. But beyond that, it doesn't actually do anything else, and that's not necessarily a problem. You can understand for the game that is actually quite complicated for it to work out. So what this mod does is it quite simply adds the ability for the user to put down how they'd like the markings to work and function. So you can actually customize this a lot, and this works perfect alongside Traffic Manager President's Edition. So if you've got that, you can really make your intersections pop and work really nicely. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to go over a couple of intersections here just to show you off the tool, how it works, and how you can customize it and how you can make it work properly for you. And yeah, I'm going to use it alongside TMPE just to give it a little bit kind of more of an authentic feel. So we'll start off with this junction here. So it's pretty of a nasty junction, really. It's the main one into my city, and in theory I could probably do better than this, but it does the job, so that's okay. So we can see here that we have a highway coming in with 3 lanes. The first 2 lanes can go left, and the middle lane as well as the right hand lane can go right, just like so. So it's a little bit of a mess, but that's okay, we love it. And then you can see that actually out is a 2-lane highway rather than a 3-lane, and then going into the city is just a 6-lane, what do I call it? It's called a boulevard. But that's fine. So what you do is you come down to the road marking, or the road tool, and then you click on this little section here saying the intersection marking tool. And what it does is we're going to pop away this little menu here. There we go. And what it does is it allows you to click on a node for the intersection. So you can see it glows up in orange, and it tells me that this is node number 13,302. So you click that. Once you click on that, you get the little pop-up window, and it tells you all these individual points, which are they're nicely color-coded in the intersection, and it also shows them on the interface for the intersection. Now the nodes are literally that, they are in between pretty much everything. So they show off where the lane, in between the lanes, they show the central lane. They also show the edging as well, and also quite importantly for this type of road, because it has this little kind of parking section on it, it does have the little section here for parking, just like that. So this technically isn't a lane here, but this is used for parking. So you can actually go ahead and you can, rather than line it up to the edge, you can line it up to that, just so that it's a little bit better. So what we're going to do now is tell you exactly what you do. So it's fairly simple. So you click on one node, and then you get a little line which bends, and this can go to any node on another road. So you can't go to nodes in the same road, it has to go to another node. So what we're going to do is we're going to click here, and we can see there that it says click to create line. If you hold down shift, you get a solid line. If you hold down control, you get a double line. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down shift, and that'll give us our solid line. And we're going to do the same for this one here. There we go. And the last one on the corner, just like so. So we can see already the intersection is starting to take a little bit more shape. It's starting to look a little bit normal. This solid line here looks like it went a little bit weird, but as you zoom out, it looks okay. Oh no, it's just at certain angles. that's fine. We won't give it too much problems. So what we're going to do now is going to work on how the intersection works. So first of all, we want to know exactly what happens where in the intersection. So this is where the traffic manager comes in. So we can come to the lane connector, and using the exact same sort of principle, we can say, right, this lane goes to here, this lane comes to here, but can also go to that one, just like so. And we're going to have it stick like that. This lane is literally, we're going to have this just as a turning lane to there. This lane is going to come to here, and this lane is going to this one, and this lane is also going to come to this one. So that's roughly the sort of shape what we're having there, and that gives us a good indication of exactly how this is going to function. So once with that done, and you can sort of remember how that functions, you can come back to the intersection tool, come back, and it doesn't remove the lines when you come out of it, which is always handy, so it keeps those. Now we can click on the first blob, go to the second blob. Now if you don't hold down any button, it doesn't change how the tool works. So we can create this as a solid line if we hold shift, or we can just click normally and it does a double it does, sorry, not a double line, it does a dotted or dashed line. Then we're going to have this one come to we're going to have this one go to here. We're going to actually have this one as a solid line, just like so. And we're actually going to have this one come down here as a, let's have, ooh, I'm going to keep that like that because then they can choose how it wants to go. Okay. So now from that, we're going to have this one actually bend around, and we're going to start off with it being solid. And you might think that's a bit weird, but I'll come back to explain why I did that in a second. We're actually going to have then this one here come back as solid, and when we're going to line these up, so it was, this one was dotted there, and these two go into that, and yeah. So as a first off, as a junction, that doesn't look too bad, except for this is a little bit confusing here. You know, how can you have a junction where you get here and it's a solid line? You can't cross a solid line, so it gets a little bit weird. But that's where we can change some of the settings in here. So you can change the colors as well. That uses RGB, but also has a color picker, which is really nice, and I quite like the ability that you can have that. Yep, that's really nice. You can also save templates. So if you create a line that you know, you quite like, and it's, you know, you've customized it a bit, then you can actually save it as a template, and then you can apply a template to a future road. So if you've got a certain type of line that you have in your city, then you can keep it. So that's quite nice. But what we can do here is, as you hover over the lines, you can see which ones we want to edit. So you can go back and actually edit these. So you can see we've got the points here. So you can see as I hover over them, you can see it goes to that bottom blue point, and it comes from that top yellow point. So we're actually going to edit the we're going to edit the end point or the front point. And we're going to say, right, only goes to there, and you can already see where this is going. Then we can come to this next one, which is this line. We're going to edit the end point, so we can go to there. And what we're going to do is, on this one, we're going to add a rule, which you're going to say from here to here. Oh. Here to here. We're going to have that as dotted. Yep. So you can see that basically what that means is any traffic coming in here will have to stop at this section and just check for oncoming traffic. So we can already see how much of a difference that has made, and I think that's quite incredible. I think it's a lot. Yeah, it really is absolutely insane what you can do with this mod, especially with these like rules and stuff you've got in place. You can change the length, you can change sections of them. You can make this middle section all, you know, you can make it all yellow if you wanted to, so it shows like the central area. Yeah, and then the greatest bit is, you know, as well as now, look how better that junction looks. But you can actually use, if for example you have the move it tool, like so, it actually moves with it. You save, you come back, it stays with the city. there is so much with this mod that is just incredible, and it's really well thought out. So that's quite a complex junction work we've done there. Now let's do one which is like a motorway junction. So let's do this one up here, for example. Okay, so this is a nice little intersection. So we've got 3 lanes going into 2 lanes, so it's going to require a little bit of help. So go to TMPE just to see exactly what's happening. So we want, yep, this lane goes to here, and then these 2 lanes, we're going to say these 2 go straight on. Okay, now we know that, we're going to go to our intersection tool, edit with points, and we're going to say, right, that's a solid line, that's a solid line, that's a solid line. We're going to say that this is a solid line, as well as this one. And I think because we've done it like that, we could probably remove that one there, just so that it makes it look a little bit more important per se. Now one thing I'm going to try here is I'm actually going to put that there, and one, let's do, no, it doesn't. No, I don't like that. But that's the great thing about this. We're actually, yeah, okay, so we now got a lane there, but now we see it merges. And if we come out of these lane markings, you can see there, that's already improved that junction. It doesn't change it functionally. You know, technically if you're using the traffic manager, then actually, yes, it does change it functionally, because you change how the junction works, but just these lines makes it, you know, so much better and work nicely. Right, let's do one more junction for us now. I did this one earlier just as a test, so you can see how there it's actually got a lane that comes off, so that looks absolutely incredible, and I really love how that looks. We could do the same sort of thing coming on, but I want to do, you know, I did these ones with roundabouts. We've done stuff like this. Let's do one which we think is a little bit more complicated, like, ooh, yeah, well, I'll say complicated. Let's do one like this. So this is like one coming off the motorway. It's fairly busy, like so. So what we're going to do here is we're going to double check traffic manager. We're going to say, yep, you go to here, and also there, and you guys go here. So the great benefit we're going to have with this one is it's not going to have any crossing points, so it's literally just going to be a bit in a road. Now you're going to notice how much of a difference that this mod actually makes. So at the moment, this is, as it seems, it's a on-ramp and an off-ramp of a highway, but City Skylines have never made those look good. They've always looked a little bit crap. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to use the Move It mod just to adjust some of these here. Just like so. Just because I can, and why not? Yep. For some reason it's not liking it. There you go. Okay, so we can see that's done that. Now let's jump to the intersection tool. Now we're instantly, first of all, going to create the solid lines for the middle, which you're going to notice there's such a big difference on these already, and then we're going to have a line going that way, and then a line coming this way. And then what we're actually going to do is then have a dotted line, and already, minus if maybe if that looked a little bit better. There we go. So you can see there that by just adding a couple of road markings in, it just makes the junction pop a little bit better. And already that's the kind of end of a highway that you would expect. It hasn't got a big open blob section there with no markings in it. It looks really neat and cool, and it's kind of that sort of thing where if you were making these look a little bit better, it's just one of those things, you know. Maybe let's have a little play with a crossing, maybe, for example. So, you know, you'd have this one which comes off here. Edit, and then get lines, and actually you can change this. You know, this is actually a solid line. This one's going to be a dotted line because it's going to go across, and maybe I want the dots a little bit shorter, a little bit longer. Actually, that's quite, you know, that's quite long. One. Actually, let's have those 0.4. Let's have those really tiny. You know, things like that. You can actually create then central reservations. So if you didn't want something, you know, going across, you create a double yellow line, and you can actually have them so that you know, that they are 0 meters apart, so that therefore they are technically, oh no, you know, 0.1. So dash length are going to be 2. It's, yeah, it's 0.1 is the smallest, but that's fine. But you can sort of see where I'm going with that is you can change all those, and all those options are in there. It's just such a good mod. It's run really well. It's done really nicely, and the developer should be so proud of this mod. It is so nice. So already you can start seeing like kind of how this junction comes together. Something like that. And then, yeah, so on and so forth. You get the idea. It's a beautiful mod. The developer deserves a absolute praise for this thing. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I you know, highly recommend it to anyone in the city. So go ahead, I'll put the link in the description. Go ahead, subscribe to the mod, download it, give it a favourite because it's fantastic. And yeah, it's just wonderful, absolutely fantastic mod. And yeah, if you enjoy this mod and you think this is a great addition to City Skylines, give this video a like. Also subscribe. You know, about 1% of you is actually subscribed to my channel, so what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, you get notified for all my other content. Yeah, really does help out my small channels and things like that. But yeah, I've been Scotty from Blue Coconut Family. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, with the looking on from one of our junctions, I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.